I'm gonna show you guys how I make my birria tacos my way. First, you're gonna start by chopping up your meat or beef. I use a chuck tender roast and cut it into smaller chunks just so that I can get a more even sear and so that it cooks faster in the crock pot. Because we all already know you don't want to wait 6 to 8 hours for no damn beef to cook. This takes like 4 to 5 hours on high in the crock pot. I'm gonna add some salt, some garlic powder, some onion powder, paprika, black pepper, a whole lot of black pepper, some ground white pepper, not a lot though because this stuff can be a little spicy, and some chili powder for a little bit more extra kick. I'm also going to add in some cumin. I almost added a little bit too much, or well, I guess I did add too much. Now I'm going to add in some thyme, ground thyme, and a packet of the Sazon Goya seasoning. Now I'm going to add some oil to my pan. I already added some oil to the beef. That's just going to help keep the seasonings intact as I am massaging it into the meat. Alright, now you're going to add your seasoned beef to the pan, just like so, and you're going to sear this for about as long as your heart desires, until it looks very seared and seasoned, has a bit of a charcoaly crusted, crispy crust on there. I added 2 boxes of beef broth and some Birria seasoning blend from Better. You're going to want to mix all of that in there with the broth. This is probably also a good time to add your 1 onion chopped in half to the bottom of the crock pot, along with your optional cloves of garlic. I'm going to add in 1 more packet of this Sazon Goya seasoning. Add your beef in there. Add your beef in there once it's all done searing on all sides, and you should be able to kind of see that it's seared just by looking at it and seeing that caramelization. I'm going to add a little bit of chicken bouillon, and then you're going to let this cook on high for 5 hours. Alright y'all, I waited about 4.5 hours with this on high. I took my meat out and I shredded it and I put it back in. It's been sitting in here for another like about 10 minutes. While that's been soaking, I've came over here and prepared my diced onion, my limes, and some cilantro, and then we got some tomatoes. These are going to go in the blender with my roasted tomato and garlic. It's roasting right now in the oven. I forgot to show you guys the roasted tomato and the roasted garlic, but just know that they were exquisitely roasted, and I already did the blender part too. You just put your roasted tomato, your roasted garlic, and then if you added an onion to your crock pot, you're going to take the onion out and add that in there, and about 1 cup or a half cup of the broth, depending on how the size of your onion and tomato and how much juice you need to cover it. You're going to blend it until it's a smooth consistency, and then you're going to add it into your pot and mix and let sit for another 2 minutes. Alright, I got a strainer spoon. What we're doing, so we're going to take our strainer spoon, we're going to try to push all that red oil out the way and just focus on the meat. Just focus on the meat. I'm going to take a big spoon of it. The reason why we want to keep this red oil on the top and not get it too much on the plate is because we are going to dip tortillas in this and fry them to get that red, crusty crisp on them. You can use any yellow corn tortillas, any brand of yellow corn tortillas, but they have to be yellow corn because white corn it just don't do it. Anyways, I'm honestly probably going to be able to make 30 tacos, all 30 tortillas, but I'm just going to do a few for right now. You're going to take your one tortilla. All right, and then you're going to dip your tortilla on both sides just like that, and then throw it in the pan. All right, while it is cooking, you are going to add a big fat ball of mozzarella, not ball, but like a handful of mozzarella cheese. And you're kind of going to let that melt on it. You're going to take a little bit of beef. I'm going to place that on the taco as well, just like so. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of cilantro. And then lastly, a little bit of onion right on top. All right. Now we're going to take her and flip her. Let it cook and get nice and crispy. All right, and now we're going to take our taco, place it there, and repeat. Got our second taco, and repeat. And these are how the tacos turned out, you guys. Is someone excited?
I'm very excited.
Okay. A little lime juice.